Hello there, children. Today, let's learn a new lesson from Unit 1 of your Marigold English Reader. The title of this lesson is The Magic Garden. The lesson, The Magic Garden, is the second lesson in Unit 1. The first lesson was a poem titled Good Morning. Children, the story, The Magic Garden, is adapted from The Fairy Garden by Margaret H. Bolton. Margaret H. Bolton was born in the year 1903 and she passed away in 1954. She was an American writer from Pennsylvania. Now let's move on to the lesson. The Magic Garden. Children, we have all heard about gardens, and we know that those gardens were beautiful, but not magical. So come on, let's find out what is magical about this garden that is mentioned in this story. Children, as you can see here, the setting of the story is a school garden or a school playground. You can see kids playing in the playground. Beside the playground is a beautiful garden. There are many flowers. There are sunflowers and roses growing by the wall. And the red-colored flowers that are dancing here are the poppies. Here we have the yellowish-orange marigolds, and then we have the pansies, which are blue in color. So now you know the flowers and their names, children. Let's start the lesson. The Magic Garden was in a school playground. It was very pretty. Sunflowers and roses stood high against the wall. There were also marigolds, poppies, and pansies. The sunshine fell on this garden more than on any other, and the flowers danced and sang happily. They said to one another, "We have hundreds of little gardeners." They were the children from the school. In the first paragraph, it is said that the magic garden that is located in the school playground was very pretty. It had different flowers like sunflowers, roses, marigolds, poppies, and pansies. And the sunlight fell directly onto this part of the garden than on any other part of the school. And in the sunlight, the flowers danced and sang happily. And they said to each other that they had hundreds of little gardeners. And these gardeners, whom the flowers refer to here, are the children from the school. Let's find out why the flowers call the children little gardeners. One sunny morning, the flowers were talking to the birds. "I love all the children, but I love the dear little ones most of all," said a poppy. "I like them to bring their watering cans and water my thirsty roots." "Yes, the boys are good to us too. They dig the ground so well," replied the marigold. So one morning, the birds were having a little chat with the flowers. And one of the poppies remarked that it loved the little children because the children water them every day, and it wanted the children to come out with their watering cans and water its thirsty roots. Even the marigolds found the boys to be very good to them because whenever they were planted, the boys dug them deep into the soil so that they could grow well. So the flowers were very happy with the children for watering them regularly as well as for planting them deep into the soil. Here you can see how the little children water the plants. "We love the little children," said a tiny bird. "They are kind and they bring bread for us." So after listening to the flowers praising the little children, A tiny bird replied that the birds also loved the little children because they were kind to the birds. The children also brought them food. So the birds and the flowers loved the little children. All the flowers said, "We must work hard to make our dresses very pretty, for the children will be here soon." Soon it was time for the children to come out. So the flowers, who were eager to meet the children, said that they must make their dresses pretty so as to look beautiful in front of the children. Here, dresses does not mean that flowers wear dresses like we humans. The word dresses refers to the petals of flowers. This shows us how eager the flowers are to meet the children of the school, who are the little gardeners. To this the sun said, "I will help you also, for nothing pleases me better than to see the children running about in the golden sunshine." So the sun was also eager to watch the kids play in the garden. So he says he would also help the flowers in looking better. He would brighten them up and make them look prettier. And he also enjoys the pleasant sight of children running about in the sunshine. So the birds, the flowers, and the sun are all eagerly waiting for the little gardeners to come out. Suddenly, the children came out laughing and singing, and the flowers stopped their songs to listen to them. "Oh, look at the tall sunflower," said one child. And the sunflower lifted its head very proudly. Another child said, "I love the marigold in its golden dress." And the marigold smiled happily. Here we understand that it is not only the sun, the birds, and the flowers who are eager to see the kids. The children are also equally eager to meet the flowers. So one of them replies, "Look at the tall sunflower." And what does the sunflower do? It lifted its head very proudly. And when another child remarked that he loved the marigolds in their golden dress, the marigolds smiled happily. So the bond between the children and nature is very strong. It was indeed a magic garden because it had fairies too. They danced and sang sweet songs which only the children could hear. So children, here we get to know why this garden is referred to as magical. This garden is magical because it was visited by fairies, and the fairies danced and sang in this beautiful garden. And the beautiful song of the fairies could only be heard by the children. After a time, the fairies came out dancing and talked with the children. Their dresses were made of flowers and their wings of sunshine. So after some time, the fairies come down and danced and talked with the children. And the dresses of these fairies were made of flowers, and their wings were made of sunshine. So they sparkled like the bright sunlight. Here you can see how the fairies and the children are dancing and playing along. The flowers, the sun, the fairies, and the children are all happy in each other's company. The magic garden was quiet that night. The flowers and birds were asleep and dreaming of the next day when the children would come again. So that night was very quiet because the flowers and birds were resting. And while they were asleep, they were dreaming about the children who would pay them a visit the next day. Children, here ends the lesson. I hope you enjoyed this beautiful story. Now let's discuss the new words from this lesson. The first new word is magic, and it means having supernatural powers. Fairies have supernatural powers. Using their magic, they can fly around. The usage of this word is fairies can fly with the help of magic. The second new word is garden, and it means or refers to a land where flowering plants are grown. Here on the screen, you can see a house with a beautiful garden. Using the word garden, I have framed the sentence, this house has a beautiful garden. Moving forward, the third word is gardener, and it means someone who works in a garden, growing and taking care of plants. In this picture, you will find a gardener planting. With this word, I have framed the sentence, my mother is a good gardener. We have many flowering plants in our garden. The fourth new word is playground, and it means an outdoor area provided for children to play in, especially at a school or public park. I am sure this word doesn't need any explanation. Now the sentence using this word is, every evening I play with my friends in the playground. The fifth new word is sunshine, and it means the sun's light or direct rays of the sun. Here you can see how the rays of the sun are touching the trees and plants. And the sentence using this word is, I like to walk in the warm sunshine. Our next new word is golden, and it means shining like gold. Here, the marigolds are golden in color. The sentence using the word golden is, the golden marigolds looked beautiful. Our seventh and the last new word is dreaming, and it means to have a series of thoughts, images, or emotions while sleeping, or to have a dream. In this picture, you will find a boy dreaming about flying in the sky. I'm sure, children, you all have such pleasant dreams. Using the word dreaming, I have framed the sentence, yesterday night I kept dreaming about flying in the sky. So children, this is all for today's class. Thank you for watching.